Facebook and LinkedIn, and of course you guys on Instagram too. And tonight I want to talk about this is why you give up on your weight loss and what you can do about it. So why we give up on our weight loss, but also what actions you can take on it. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to join. I know I'm later. I don't really, like I say, have a set time for these yet. It is a bit messy, taking messy action. That's how my day has been. So that's what I'm doing right now, taking messy action. So I don't have a set time, but I'm hoping to. Hey Laura, I'm hoping to in the future. All right, so let's get into it. And remember, if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay. And for those that don't know you, don't know me, struggle with words all day today. I said it's messy action. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Julie for Revive Fitness and Nutrition, and I'm very much about being a compassionate coach who doesn't all just give you a meal plan or a training plan. Very much about getting to know you, your lifestyle, what your barriers and your blockers are, and how to overcome those. Because I think life beats us up enough. We don't really need someone else just like shouting at. Don't get me wrong, I have accountability. I definitely have conversations when we need to have conversations and be honest and truthful, but it's also about being compassionate because life hits, challenges happen, and I think you need to be helped to work through those. So then that's how you get long-term weight loss, long-term healthy living, by working through the things that life throws at us, opposed to here's one size fits all, do it, and if you don't do it, you're just not serious about it. It's not that simple. Whilst nutrition, I was speaking to Laura about this earlier, while nutrition is simple in its form, you and your journey is not necessarily simple. Now, Instagram always comes up saying connection is pure, but it's never pure. So it might cut in and out because it's just, technology, right? But come and join me. If it cuts out, come and join me on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. All right, team, let's get into it. So as I mentioned, we're talking about why do women give up on weight loss? Maybe you've done this. Maybe you've given up your weight loss journey, or you've kind of roller coastered. It may well be that you have done peaks and troughs around your weight loss. Let's be real, most of us don't give up because we're lazy or we lack willpower. Is deeper than that. So I'm going to give you some of the common reasons I see in the women I coach in terms of why they hit that marker. So I typically coach women for a minimum of 4 to 6 months because these are the pain points around which people want to give up and throw in the towel, and I want to coach them through that and get them through the other side. So number one, diet fatigue. So you might have been on and off diets for decades, low carb, it could have been shakes, it could have been fasting, following points, and each one promises a quick fix where you might have a weekly weigh-in or quick results, but leaves you feeling tired, restricted, and frustrated. So you can't go out and enjoy a meal out, you're having to say no to things, you're maybe having to eat different from the rest of the family, and it all becomes a bit too restrictive and frustrating, and may even cause arguments in your household. So you start again and again until you're like, forget it, I'm always going to be this way. And it doesn't have to be that way. You do not have to resign yourself to being unhealthy and not being able to have the body that you would feel confident in. It doesn't have to be that way. These are things that are quick fixes and have people bouncing back, or you'll always need them for your whole life. I always say that. Like, my coaching is I give you the tools, you get sustainable weight loss, and you go on and you can continue that for the rest of your life and for the different chapters of your life. And that's where things like Weight Watchers and Herbalife and things like that have you always coming back, because as soon as you stop doing their program, that's it. The weight goes back on, and it might be even more than before. So you start to feel like nothing works for me. But these programs are actually designed for quick fixes opposed to actually working for you long term. All right, number two, lack of results or results that don't stick. So you might lose a few pounds, but they come back. It chips away at your self-belief about maybe I just can't lose the weight. You start thinking maybe my body just doesn't want me to lose weight. But it's not your body's fault, it's a method. Okay, I am very much about working with your body. Now, I know, and again, I have direct conversations with clients when I need to, but I'm not going to beat them up. I'm going to work out. I know if my clients aren't losing weight, it's because they're not doing what they need to. They're gone off piece. They might not always be honest with it. Sometimes they will have a confession time and say, this happened, that. I'm like, cool, let's work through it. It's a two-way conversation, but not always everyone is willing and ready to have that full conversation. And that might be in part because they've got a lot of other stuff going on in life. So I will choose a timing around that conversation. And if they don't bring it up at a certain time and they start to get frustrated with the lack of results, then it will be a conversation around, well, why do you think that is? Okay, so that's that thing about it's not your body's fault, it's a method, and it's something in the method that's not working for your body or not working with your lifestyle. Okay, number 3, life gets in the way. So you're juggling a million things like work, family, maybe caring for elderly parents, dealing with menopause, perimenopause, general hormone health, and maybe gut health issues, and things get hectic. So what happens when things get hectic? The first thing to drop is the health, right? The workouts will go, your healthy eating will go, though their hydration, even just drinking water goes. That's what happens when life gets pressure gets piled on. You start to care for everybody else, and the stuff you do for yourself goes. And you'll tell yourself, okay, I'll start on Monday. It's too busy right now, but too much going on. I'll start next month, or I'll start then, and I'll start. And it ends up being there's always something, right? I've heard myself say this recently this year. Oh, when it gets calmer, I'll be more consistent with my lives. When it gets calmer, I'll be more consistent with my socials. And it never happens. And then last week, I was like, right, this is going to be a good week. It's going to be a calm week. I'm going to get my shit done. And last week, something happened that was not good. It wasn't good. And it created a whole load of work. It's a household thing. But yeah, it just wasn't good. And again, it was thrown. And then this week, my husband's choked with cold. I feel like I'm getting sore throat. So there's always something, right? So that waiting's never going to happen. And as I mentioned, I help my clients through the roller coaster that is life so that they can actually manage what does that look like, what's my patterns, what's the habits, what are the things I can do to prepare for those things. So I've got my fundamentals, my foundations that are going to help me through those pushbacks on life without making my health bottom of the list and without it taking the hit. Okay, number 4, the inner critic takes over. So the all or nothing mindset kicks in. So I ate the biscuit, I've ruined everything, so I might as well have the whole packet of biscuits. I missed a workout, so I might as well not bother. Okay, because I was going to do 4 workouts this week. I missed one, so I might as well not bother. So that self-talk is exhausting, and it kind of fizzles your motivation and your drive because you just hit, as I call it, the fuck it button. And you just go, fuck it, sack it, it's not working, I can't do this. I missed a workout, I missed a day's workout, I missed my meal plan for the day, whatever it might be that you're trying to follow, and you just go, I'm done, because you're beating yourself into that exhausting self-negative talk. Number 5, you're doing it alone. So you've got no support. You might not get support from your partner. It might be you've got kids in the house and your partner doesn't really agree with what you're trying to do around healthy eating. They're not bothered. They're quite happy with their weight. Or they're like, why are you trying to go and work out? Why are you bothered? It's like, you look fine. And you might find it really frustrating that no one gets it. And you feel like you're the one struggling while everyone else seems to have it together. Well, the truth is they don't, right? It's like we so often speak about Instagram being like this reel of perfection. Well, look at the state of my hair tonight, right? I've been out in the rain. I don't do the real perfection at all. But the truth is, not everyone has it all together. And I know that from the clients I work for, people have got a lot going on, a lot of pressures. And if they are working out, it is a coping mechanism. It's a great stress reliever. It makes them feel better than themselves. And it's the same with food. The food you fuel yourself with. You think, oh, you're all right. You've got it on board. You've got all this food prep and stuff. You're doing all this stuff. It's so easy for you. But no, it's about building habits. And the reason that I'm able to do the thing, working out, eating well, is because I know how crap I feel when I don't do it. And I know when life hits and pushes back, how much worse I'm going to feel. So again, it's like your first aid kit to help you through those things. And it doesn't mean, everyone's got it together. Like I say, everyone has crappy weeks. Everyone has crappy days, times you feel like giving up. It's all part of the human experience. So here's the truth. Giving up isn't failure. It's a sign of what you're doing is not working for you. And I think that's really key. So it's not your fault. It's just you haven't found a method, a way of healthy eating that fits with your lifestyle and that helps you do your fitness goals, whether it's losing weight, getting stronger, getting healthier, whatever it may be. It's just not your fault. You're just using the wrong tools. So it's finding the right tools. So what do you need to do? So for women over 40, and I say 40, 50, 60, because I work with 70-year-olds as well. I've also worked with 80-year-olds. Basically, what you need is simple, realistic routines that fit your actual life. So rather than adding more pressure on, it's got to fit with your life. It's got to be foods you love and enjoy. Quite a lot of these cookie cutter meal plans have foods that I'm like, don't like, allergic to, don't like, don't. So it's got to be foods you love, no restrictions or guilt, so you can enjoy the meal out, you can enjoy your Friday night takeaway, whatever it might be for you, Food is to be enjoyed, and it's to be enjoyed without restriction or guilt. Support and accountability without judgment. So I mentioned just about, I'm a very compassionate coach. We will have conversations when needed, but I'm very compassionate about, I always say my kind of tagline, if you like, is it's not just about food, it's about whole life. What's going on in your life that's shaping your habits, your patterns, what are the blockers, and what are the things that we need to look at? How can we work around that? What does that look like? Like I say, that's about whole of life. So very much about support and accountability without judgment. Respecting your hormones and energy levels is another one. Now, this is one where some of my clients will be really fatigued just before their period, their perimenopausal, and I'll be like, right, let's take it down a notch in the workout. We're not going to push against it. You've got a whole day to go, so we're not going to push against the energy. We're going to take it down a notch. Listen to your body, what feels good for you, your hormones and your energy levels. Because when you've got a whole week of work to go, and you've got a young kid, and you're running around, you've got loads of stuff, pushing against that isn't going to serve you. It's going to make you crave sugary foods just to cope with what you've got going on. And also celebrating your progress. So the last one I say is about celebrating your progress beyond the scales. So yes, scales are good for your calories, working out your macros, but they will become to point they plateau. So that's where the tape measure comes in to do your waist, your bust, and your shoulders, your biceps, and so forth. Because actually the scales will plateau at some point. So it's that thing about doing it beyond the scale weight, looking at the measurement of the tape, but then also things like your energy, right? Energy and brain fog too. So I'm just really love some of the benefits my clients experience that they never expect, which is increased energy, less brain fog, and less bloating, not feeling so bloated anymore. So those are some of the things we can celebrate. The progress beyond the scales, but also day to day on taking action. So if you've done your workout for that day, then we celebrate that. If you've back, you maybe had a bit of a period where you feel like you've fallen off a little and you're not been eating well, we're going to celebrate the fact that you're back on it and getting back into your meal plans and your meal times and eating healthier. So all those things where you bounce back after adversity is definitely worth celebrating. All right, team. So you deserve a plan that works for your body, not against it. I'm big on food connection, things that lift you, give you energy, and identifying things that don't. And obviously, you test that throughout. And it's obviously, again, about not restriction. So if you want to have the donut, yes, you can have the donut, but let's tune into how you feel after having that donut. Okay, because we eat a lot of foods that don't actually serve us, and until we connect with that, then we go, oh my God, that's why I was feeling crappy. Oh my God, that's why I was bloated. Oh my God, that's why I had no energy. Oh my God, that's why my period was so bad, because actually now I've changed my diet, I feel great. So you don't have to do it alone, okay? You deserve to feel strong, confident, and in control again, right? Because you can control your weight. You can see when it goes up when you've gone for a trip to London, and then you come back and you can see how long it takes for the scale and for the bloating to come down. And that's okay. It's about knowing that you're in control and you're working with your body. So if you're nodding along to this going, yes, Julia, I hear you, this is me, then reach out in the comments or DM me and let me know if this feels like it's resonating with you and what your biggest learning is, your biggest takeaway. So let me know what you've learned and what your biggest takeaway from this live is. And if you're ready to try a kinder, more effective approach, then let's chat. I've got free resources. So if you go to my website and scroll down to the bottom, if you put in your email address, you'll get my free guide for women over 40 on how to lose weight in 5 steps. It's a free guide. Pop in your email and that I'll fire to you. And of course, if you want to talk about coaching or join my free community, Healthy Well Women, then go check out the Facebook page for Healthy Well Women and pop in my DMs if you want to talk about supportive, non-judgmental coaching that's personalized to you. And most of all, just want to finish on a little reminder that you're not broken. You just need the right support that fits with your lifestyle. Okay, so that's the main thing. You're not a failure. You're not broken. You just haven't found a way that works for you. And that's what I'm all about. Thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate you joining me this evening. Any questions, pop in a DM about whether it's coaching or my support tools, my free tools, or anything I've discussed tonight at all. I'm here to support you all the way throughout. Thanks for joining, and I shall catch you guys on Wednesday. Take care.